Okay, so Major General Retired Brian Watson. I'm here with Regimental Week. We're at the industry display. This is a special time in Regimental Week where we bring industry partners in and we let them sort of talk with soldiers, let soldiers talk with them. Frankly, we let the industry partners talk with each other and get this professional discussion going. And it's really an important time because it gets us, number one, opens up the communication about what really is happening, what are the requirements, what does the warfighter need today, but also it begins to spark your imagination about what is coming down the pike, what are some of the technologies that we may need in the future, and where are they at in maturity. And one of the companies that we're going to talk to is Faun, and so everybody, if you're an engineer, you understand the need to have a matting solution that helps you with soil stabilization, in particular when we're doing river crossings. And Faun has got a technology, a capability that's already deployed all over the world, but not currently in the U.S. Army. And so, Michael, thanks for coming to talk to me. So tell us a little bit about what does Faun do, and then we'll get to the actual products themselves.
Yeah. So we're the world leader in ground stabilization for aviation and bridging, route survey, route clearance, JLOTS mission for stabilization.
Yeah, joint logistics
over the shore. Yes, sir. And so we have a unique system that's on a coil. We call it track rack and then trackway, and you can deploy either from the JLOTS mission to the bridging mission 50 meters in 5 minutes. You can break it in any 8-inch increment, so you need some here, you need some there, and so whatever the mission set is, it can be adapted to.
So it doesn't matter whether we are building a staging area and for rotary wing, UAV runways.
UAV runways, yes sir.
Which I saw when I was down in the J3 of Africom at Chevelli.
Yes, Chevelli, yes sir.
And certainly anytime that we're doing routes through places where we need some soil stabilization and then for bridging operations.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some of the products you've got?
Yeah, so I'll start with the aviation because we do have a program of record right now with NavAir and the Marine Corps for a very unique helicopter landing mat. It's a 100 by 100 helicopter landing mat with the PSA.
And this is the material here,
yes sir,
right?
PSA flat top. 100 by 100, self-contained, and a 20-footer, all the matting, all the anchoring, the installation kit, the pull test kit, lighting, and everything in one 20-footer.
Wow.
And it can be sling loaded in.
So a 20-foot container, and then that covers how much?
100 by 100 helicopter landing mat, sir, in one 20-footer. And it can either be sling loaded in with the heavies, or it can all be broken down, because everything we do aviation side is based on 463L palleting. So
right.
You can break it out, 463, shoot it in, drop it in, whatever you may need.
And to put that in place, normal soldiers don't need much equipment
No,
to
sir.
be able to put that together.
You can see here, this it goes in very, very easily. It's like clip-lock flooring.
Yeah, okay.
Each panel, again, 463L compatible, is 22 pounds.
Wow.
So very easy to install. The matting actually, the 100 by 100 actually goes in about 30 minutes, and then however long the soil conditions are for the anchoring is the rest of the time.
Amazing.
That's a program of record. And then we actually have AM2 matting equivalents that are the same type of installation rate, and then the same PSA flat top has been approved by ERDC for the P-19 fire truck and Reaper and below class UAVs runways.
So what is the fundamental difference structurally between this and this?
This is for heavier aircraft, sir. And so there was a program to replace AM2 matting, and what they wanted was half the weight and a 1/4 inch less. What we all agreed down at ERDIC and with us is that the material's called unattainable, is what it really is. But this is the closest we could come, and it missed the half the weight by a 1/4 pound.
So this per section, 22 pounds. What's this weigh?
This weighs probably 35 pounds per section.
Wow.
And this is what you
Very
saw.
manageable,
This
yeah.
is what you saw in Chevelli
Yeah, right.
for the MQ9 program.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Then our state-of-the-art roadway systems, and I'm sure you can see that, we either have truck-based or construction-based deployment capability. And again, the CBTs for bridging will take 30 meters because of the weight. A PLS will take 50 meters.
Okay.
And that can be deployed in between 3 and 5 minutes.
Right.
The entire spool.
Just rolling it right off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. And we were talking about, there was a young leader here yesterday talking about, potential that this could be not designed for, but could be a solution for doing some overbridging.
Yes, sir.
Where you've got some stabilization in the road surface issues. You don't have time to repair it. You can lay this down because it will effectively add structural integrity by distributing the load.
By distributing those, because it's structural in itself, 15 feet wide, and again, 50 meters, 165 feet. You could spread load that damage to that deck.
Yeah.
We've worked with Wiffle for the Wiffle bridges to do exactly that. Some bridges that may need some overlay or some repair, you could actually roll this in and be the treadways for it to improve that bridge.
Wow. And so the system for deployment for trackway, it will fit on a bridge boat
Yes, sir.
or a bridge truck. It'll fit on a PLS.
Yes, sir. It's just a standard NATO ISO flat rack.
Okay.
And it's got the hookless system. It's just a NATO standard flat rack, and it's a tool. You can put it on the truck, do the deployment of the material, drop it in the yard, and you have your prime mover back for doing other missions.
So does that must swing then into a stow capacity and then swing when you need to deploy?
Yeah, it's all set on a big crane bearing and hydraulics. It just swings 90. Do your deployment, swing it back to transport mode, and off you go.
And then what about recovery?
Same thing. It's the reverse. On the truck, you reverse the material out. When you're recovering it, you drive forward, and the motor pulls it back up onto the spool. Go 90 degrees, and off you go.
Yeah. Now I know that this is not currently fielded in the U.S. Army, but give us an idea. I mean, we're never going to fight. We're going to be by ourselves. We're going to be with partners.
Yeah.
What are some of our partners that already have this capability?
Singapore has it in the Pacific. South Korea is looking at it right now in
huge crossing area
in the
river
NATO
crossing
alliance. We have Norway, Turkey, and several of the Scandinavian countries that have had it for years.
Yeah, so
and the UK has it, obviously.
So it's already in the industrial base. We already have people that are manufacturing. We already have people that are using it.
Ready to go.
Right. So if you're a young leader out there and you were confronted with one of these problems, this may be something that you could procure during using a operational needs statement because it's out there. It's a program of record. It's just not fielded within the U.S. Army, but when we're in contingency operations, there's lots of ways to get beyond that.
Yes,
and so just keep this in mind.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Michael, thanks very much for taking the time with me.
I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you,
All right.
Warfighter.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.